A typical Premiere Pro to SpeedGrade workflow might be that you adjust tonality inside Premiere Pro and then adjust color inside SpeedGrade. Or you might apply a bunch of effects inside Premiere Pro and then go to SpeedGrade to adjust tonality and color. There's a little bit of an issue when you have effects already applied to a clip and then you want to go to SpeedGrade to adjust tonality and color. So I want to talk about that issue in this lesson. To follow along, go to Working Files and go to Premiere Pro Projects and going down to SGFX Order. This is a very simple project with two black video clips, both of which are exactly the same. Each one has two effects on them, cell pattern and 4-color gradient. Those are both generate effects. Generate effects typically obliterate whatever's on a clip and then replace it with whatever that effect is supposed to do. So I'll turn off visibility for the gradient for a moment, and there is the cell pattern that was applied to a black video clip. If I click on the 4-color gradient, we add that on top of that. Now normally the 4-color gradient would obliterate what's below it as well, but in this case the gradient has a blending mode and an opacity, so we reduce the opacity and then change the blending mode to screen so you could see those guys mixed together. Now if I reverse the order, if I put 4-color gradient above the cell pattern will cover it up. That's because the cell pattern is the last effect applied on the stack. The effect order for effects inside Premiere Pro is from top to bottom for these guys that you add to a clip, and then these guys are applied last. And so the gradient goes first and then the cell pattern covers it up. And the cell pattern does not have a blending mode or opacity, so you're pretty much stuck. So order counts. So I'll pull this guy down below there to get that color back. I'm showing you this because when you work inside SpeedGrade, if you change a clip inside SpeedGrade, SpeedGrade adds the lumetri effect to the clip. And unfortunately, it adds the lumetri effect above existing effects. But that is the default behavior. It puts the lumetri effect here instead of down here. So I'm going to show you how that works by adding the lumetri effect here and putting it in the right place, and then showing you what happens when it's not put here. So let's go to Effects, and go to Video Effects, go to Color Correction, and double-click on Lumetri. And that opens up this dialog box asking you, where is the look that you want to apply to this lumetri effect? Well, we're going to cancel out of this and just say we don't want to apply a look to it at all. We just want it to be a container. So go back here, and now we've added lumetri there below here, kind of waiting for us to add something into the lumetri effect, which we will do when we get to SpeedGrade. We're not going to do this to this other clip here. We're going to leave this one alone and not apply the lumetri effect to it, and see what happens when we change it inside SpeedGrade. So I want you to save this project under a different name. So go File, Save As. Let's say go to your desktop. And if you made a scratch folder, as I did here, open that up and save this as, let's say, Updated, for example. Click Save. And now we're going to open this up inside SpeedGrade. So we make the sequence active, go to File, Direct Link to SpeedGrade. It says you need to save this, which you have to do if you want to open it up inside SpeedGrade. So click Yes. There we go, those two clips. I'm going to go down here to the Look tab, which is open by default, and go to the gamma here, the midtones. Take my Shift key, hold it down, and grab that plus and drag it, let's say, way down the green, for example, just to make it really obvious that we've changed it. Let's go to this next one here. Let's change it too. So go down to the gamma here, hold on the Shift key and drag it to green, and nothing happened. That's because when you make a change to a clip here inside SpeedGrade, SpeedGrade automatically adds the lumetri effect to that clip, but it adds it at the top of the stack instead of below the effects in that stack. Let's save this by going up to the top here and clicking that button there, that second one, the Save button. Let's close SpeedGrade. Let's open this guy back up inside Premiere Pro. It might be here inside your recent item list, but it might not. If not, click on Open Project. Go get it here inside your scratch folder. All right, let's take a look at this. There's the green we added to that first one. That's because we put the lumetri effect here at the bottom and left it empty for SpeedGrade to fill it up, which it did. It put a look inside there. Go to this next one, and there's the lumetri effect in the wrong place, on the top of the stack. So I'm going to drag it down where it belongs, and now the green will show up as it should. So just be aware that if you have effects applied to the clip and those effects have some kind of opacity to them, then when you go to SpeedGrade and you make some changes to those clips, SpeedGrade applies the lumetri effect and adds it to the stack here, but puts it in the wrong place, so you won't see anything change. So if you have effects applied to a clip and then you want to go to SpeedGrade, I recommend that you apply the lumetri effect first, and by default it'll go to the right place, it'll go to the bottom of the stack, and then open that project up inside SpeedGrade.